Release the Kraken.
Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of Bluray Tuesday with Terrell. All right, y'all, it's episode 99. Can y'all believe it? 99 episodes of this. So we're back. And before we get into everything, I want to talk about something because y'all, it's been crazy. Every Bluray Tuesday, I go into Target because you know, Best Buy ain't got Blu-rays no more. Target rarely has it out, but I go every Tuesday just to see if they put it out. Half the time they don't, but if it's something I'm interested in, I'll probably ask somebody. I know it's like pulling teeth because so many people don't want to help you. I go into Target the other day over the weekend, and the whole tiny little section they had for Blu-rays is gone. It's the whole display is just disappeared. So I'm like looking around like, what the f? So then I see all the headlines online that some Targets are not going to be selling Blu-rays and DVDs. And Best Buy already f***ed it up, and they took away all the Blu-rays and put little helicopters. What do you call them? No, helicopters. What is it, those little things that you run on? Whatever. So those things, treadmills, yes, they put those in the place. So now, I don't know what they're going to put there, but I did ask. I said, hey, you guys just getting rid of Blu-rays? The display is gone. And the little guy, he was like, oh, I don't know, I don't work in this department, but I heard that they're going to have just a smaller section. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I hope so, because bitch, Target exclusives are hard to come by. And ordering online, this is hit and miss. It is what it is. This is the new normal. I guess we're in a new era of physical media. Target is on its last leg over here in the Bay Area. Just today, they just announced that 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 Bay Area Targets are closing down. They can't deal with the theft. Like, bitch, there's one in San Francisco, right? They put up all the locks on everything. There's locks on toilet paper, locks on toothbrush, locks on mouthwash, ibuprofen, anything that you guys want for your toiletry, your body needs, and to wipe your ass is locked up. So I was reading a little article. I didn't feel like reading the whole thing because I was bored.
Target says they've beefed up security, adding third-party guard services, and they've locked up items so they're not as easy to steal. But the organized crime has continued. Now Target says it's made the tough choice to close some stores for good.
But basically they were saying there's like organized crime, like people are organizing, like, you know, setting up to plan to go steal toilet paper. For the safety of the workers and the people that are shopping in the store, they just gotta close these stores down because they just can't handle it. Like in Oakland, I think one is closing, and there's 9 other cities and other areas that are closing as well. They can't handle the theft because I guess you can't stop these people from walking in and stealing socks and underwear because, you know, you can go to jail, I don't know, you can get hurt, and I don't know, you get stabbed. You know, it's the city. People crazy. So basically they're closing these down because they try. They put all this money into all these locks and cages. And I'm starting to see that my local one, and I'm in a bougie area kind of sort of, the Target I go to, and they even put locks on the panties and the underwears and the socks too. I'm like, what is happening? Why are people stealing socks? But, you know, Target's good, though. There's a bunch of other ones they put in the article, like, oh, there's other, you know, 32 other Targets in the Bay Area. They good. But those 3, I guess, are getting a lot of, like, complaints, so, and theft, and losing money. All right, let's get into it. So, this is a movie that I watched over this past week. It's on DVD, and it's kind of old, but I want to talk about it, so we're going to get into it. Have y'all heard about this movie? It's called Bastard. So, this movie is from the After Dark Horror Fest from 2015. Yes, 2015, many, many years ago. I wanted to revisit this. It stars Rebecca Kennedy. If y'all like Two Witches as of recent, this is where I witnessed her. I remember I have followed her after this movie. She follows back, and we chat from time to time. Rebecca Kennedy, she's great. It's from the 8 Films to Die For, and this was the last one they put out, and this is one of my favorites from that line. So I got this DVD on Amazon. It was one of those manufactured on demand shit. I don't know if they still have them there, but that's where I got this DVD. And I was just looking through old movies, and I was like, you know, I want to rewatch this. And I forgot how crazy this shit is. So this movie is about 5 random people that all end up at this B&B. So it opens up with these 2 hitchhikers. I think they're newlyweds, and they're on their way to a gig. They're on their way to go to some rocker show. I don't know. They're hitchhiking, but they're also serial killers. They also are in a rock band. Crazy, right? So they're rock band serial killer f***ers, and they're like the pretty ones of the group. And then you have this cop who tries to commit because he's struggling with his sexuality, because he's gay. And then you have a brother and a sister who get slapped across the face a few times from their mama and their daddies. They're on the run because they have a secret. Ooh, the brother just be f***ing the sister, he got her pregnant. So, all 5 of these crazy ass storylines are all intertwined when they go to a B&B. But bitch, you think that shit's crazy? No. They go to the B&B and there's a secret murderer with this baby face that is killing people in this area. Only thing is, there's a lot of shit that happens in this movie that's very like, oh, you can see this shit coming. But bitch, there's a scene where there's this guy with this girl and they're staying at the Airbnb. They went to like the little beach to go fuck, right? And she takes off her top. She's like, oh, my little titties, they're very small. And then she pulls out a dildo. Also, oh my God. So she's about to go in. The guy gets all excited. She put like a ball gag in his mouth and she's about to stick it in. But then the killer come and then he rips out his spine. Ain't that crazy? Instead of getting a dick in the ass, he got his spine ripped out. So there's a lot of crazy kills. This is what I'm getting at. So y'all gotta watch it. So it's really good. So if y'all ain't seen it, I wanna know. Y'all like slasher movies and crazy shit. This movie's really good. So shout out to Bastard. Moving on. Another movie I watched that dropped last week is Past Lives. So I heard a lot of people talking about this love story online. It's an A24 feature film, and it's about these two people. So they're Koreans. They grew up together, kind of. Well, they were best friends when they were children. She's like, oh, I'm gonna marry him one day because he's so manly. He wasn't that manly, but I guess because he plays through catch and play ball, he was manly. I don't know. But then her family were moving to the States. They were gonna be immigrants, whatever how you say it. So they moved to the US, and as time went on, she changed her name from Kyoko, whatever her name was, to like a different English name. And her name was like Naomi or something. What was her name? Does it say it on here? Nora. They changed her name to Nora. So he's trying to find her. He went to the army and he wanted to find this girl because he keeps thinking about her. Because the last time he saw her, the bitch was crying because all she did was cry when she was a little girl. She one day just like, you know, let me look up this man because they be thinking about each other. So basically it's one of those timeless love stories where like they are gone for a long time. They come back. I guess they met back on MySpace. You know, the MySpace days. He couldn't find her because she changed her name. They finally meet up like this picture and all the stuff starts coming back like, oh, are they going to be together? Are they not going to be together? She got married to a gringo, a white boy, because he got money. And then he was dating on this girl. So she was like, oh, well, you got a girl at home. He's like, oh, but we broke up. And then she's like, oh, really? But I'm married. So they couldn't be together, girl. So it's like one of those type of movies. But this movie is very impactful. Like, I'm not really into love story shit, but this shit really sat with me for a little bit, girl. Because there's a lot of things in this movie. The first scene of this movie was very interesting to me because it opened up with the two Asian kids and her husband, the white dude. And you hear people talking from across, they're like a bar. It's the POV of other people watching them, but they're speaking. They're like, oh, I wonder who's dating who. They're like, is the white dude, is he like maybe married to her? Or is that the brother and sister? Or are they together and he's just like the third wheel? So it's kind of interesting because when you watch that and as you see the movie, I kept replaying what those people were saying. All those things start playing out throughout the movie. I don't know. It's hard to explain this without spoiling too much about this, but this movie, that ending f***ed me up a little bit, but y'all need to watch it. It's called Past Lives. I recommend it. It was like 17 bucks on Amazon. Also from last week that came late was The Little Mermaid. You know I had a whole Little Mermaid episode, but I got the Walmart exclusive, and I love this cover. This is the 4K Ultra HD edition of The Little Mermaid, and it comes with an enamel pin, which I was excited about. Yeah, I just wanted to shout that out. Walmart, you did your thing with this. I don't really like Walmart, but they've been having some really nice exclusives as of lately. And the last release from last week that I was just in love with that I can't wait to rewatch is Fall. Bitch, if y'all ain't seen this movie, y'all need to get to it. This movie f***ed me up in the theater. I've talked about it numerous times on this show. I'm excited for this because Best Buy put out this 4K Ultra HD Steelbook with this beautiful slip. And bitch, I don't open my Steelbooks, but guess what? I had to open this one because you know why? It got delivered with the disc loose. And I was like, I can't do this. Look at that. It has a little bird. So I did open this one. Oh, I ain't giving y'all a digital copy. Ain't that crazy? This looked good. And the reason why I double dipped even more so is because this was only $20. Only $20 for a 4K Steelbook at Best Buy. Y'all crazy. I'm gonna get it. Also, if the icing on the cake, bitch, this is unrated. So the original was PG-13. This one got all the F-bombs you need. So I'm excited to rewatch this. This movie gave me anxiety. I don't like heights, and these bitches is crazy. For TikTok, they wanted to climb the highest mountain or whatever, this little pole, and they get stuck. I hope you got enough views, bitch. Check this out, Fall. Really like this movie, highly recommended. Must own in my opinion. All right, y'all, I'm gonna talk about a movie that dropped on Hulu this past week that everybody and their mama talking about. Letterboxd was blowing up with this movie and it's called No One Will Save You. All right, so I'm not a big Alien fan as of lately. I feel like there's too many movies with aliens coming out. Aliens are annoying to me and boring. But bitch, y'all gotta watch this Hulu feature. This movie's great. I need this on Blu-ray Steelbook. So hopefully they're putting this out, 20th Century Fox, I'm looking at you. But this movie is great. So basically this movie's all about what you see, actions, acting basically, because there's no dialogue. I don't want to spoil what the dialogue is, but there's like 3 words spoken in this movie, and it's an hour and 35 minutes or some shit like that. So that's a powerful thing in my opinion, or it could come off boring to you, but no, bitch, because a lot happens in this movie and it makes you like, okay, what the hell is happening? So it opens up, it's this little girl, she's at this house, she's in this big old mansion-like house, doll houses throughout the whole house, like little miniature houses, I don't know if she paints them, but they're all over, and she's just like this like Cinderella type of bitch. She's just walking around, dancing around or whatever, with her little books and shit. Then she goes off and then she gets on her bike and drives around or whatever. And then she waves. She always waving at people. I don't know. She's the happiest Disney princess bitch I've ever seen in these type of movies. But she just starts waving. And then people look at her in disgust and they just walk off. There's this one bitch, there's a cop, and there's this older woman that they were colluding or whatever, kissing or whatever. She was all peeking and watching. I don't know why she was peeking and watching, but you'll find out later in the movie. So yeah, so as she's driving away, she's going to the graveyard, y'all, because her mother, I guess, had passed away. So she goes to sit there to have lunch. And it's very Belle from Beauty and the Beast. That's what she reminded me of for some reason. This actress is really good though, but again, there's no talking. But as she goes around, there's people at the graveyard. She even waving at them. They're looking at her and grabbing their kids and leaving. Like, who is this bitch? Is she the plague? Is she COVID? Because nobody want to talk to this bitch or see her. They keep their 6 feet. As she goes back home, she gets in her little gown, you know, like the little Disney princesses do, and she be dancing around. She gets in bed, and then she hears some noises. I don't know, but I'd be scared. You're in this big house by yourself with no blinds, and you got noises. So she goes downstairs, and there's the door wide open. Bitch, something in her house. There's a big ass alien in her house, and it's scary because he got a big ass head. He was kind of cute though, and he got big ass eyes, and he got his little legs like hands. You see my hands? This is feet. That's how he walk. It was weird. Anyway, so she running around, she's scared. She ends up stabbing one, you know, right in the head like this. He go crazy, right? And he dies. So she run away, she don't know what to do. She tries to get help, but nobody likes her, so nobody helps her. So she go to the cops, and then that woman, the cop I mentioned earlier, they see her, and tell me why this fat bitch spits in her face. So nobody wants to help her. So she has to try to run away. She don't want to go back to the house. Like, would you? There's these little things that go around, like little saucers. What's it? UFO saucers. And they be dropping little aliens. And they got parasites, bitch. So little parasites, they be body snatching little people in the towns. They be manipulating them. They can't manipulate this bitch. I don't know why. I think that's why they so want her so bad. So she gets into different scenarios. Like she was on a bus. The people on the bus start turning to alien people trying to get her because she killed one of their own. I don't know. Girl, this movie's so good. So when you get to the twist, bitch, so good. When you get to for me, so when you get to the twist, I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna spoil it. You gotta watch it. But this movie was so good. It's good. Her acting was great. I was scared for her. The car scene when the bitch, the little thing was coming for her. So I don't want to spoil it. So y'all gotta check this out. No One Will Save You, and literally no one was trying to save her because she was like a plague. I don't know. Something was wrong with her. So check it out on Hulu. No One Will Save You. Tell me what y'all think. If y'all seen it in the comments, let me know. I really enjoyed this movie, and I want to know what y'all thought. Moving on. I'm going to a movie I did not really enjoy. Death Do Us Part. I think. Cut. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. This movie was stupid as f, and I don't even know if I got the title right. All right, guys, so the next movie I want to talk about that I didn't like that much is Death. Oh, I f***ed it up. Why is this such a tongue twister? It's called Till Death Do Us Part. So I saw this movie, the poster of this movie many, many times, and I was kind of excited for this. It has a girl, a bride, holding a chainsaw, and she's bloody. Don't that sound good to you? It sounds good to me. And basically, it's from the creator of Final Destination. It got even better. Girl, I like Final Destination. I like all of them, except for the fourth one. That one kind of sucked. Let's get into it. So this movie, it's, oh God, the acting is horrible. This is not a good movie. I think I gave it 1 star on Letterboxd. This movie is awful as f. It's too long. It's an hour and 55 minutes. I'll repeat, an hour and 55 minutes of bullshit. It opens up with this girl coming out the water. I guess this is her fiance, the dude she about to marry. It's a butch-looking bodyguard dude, and he's like, "Oh, baby, you look like a Little Mermaid." And I'm looking this way. I looked at my Little Mermaid Blu-ray and my doll in the corner. I said, "Bitch, she did not look like that. She looked butch too." She was like an MMA fighter, bitch, coming out the water, looking like Little Mermaid. What mermaid did he watch? I don't know, but she come out the water, and mind you, bitch, this is so odd. There's Disney music playing. It did seem like Disney Little Mermaid because it was like Disney do-do-do-do-do. Bitch, for a horror movie, this sounded weird. So she come out the water and they're like canoodling and they're like having drinks. And the movie goes back and forth. Like she's supposed to get married. Basically, this movie's stupid. So basically, she's supposed to marry him the next day or some shit. She don't show up. She call him and be like, "Oh, I can't do this. I don't want to marry you." So you get all his 6 groomsmen. You got a midget, OJ Simpson. Oh, not OJ Simpson, no, OJ. I'm sorry. I fucked that up. It's OJ from Mad TV, y'all. Low budget OJ. So y'all remember OJ from Mad TV? If you see him, you know. So I used to love Mad TV. All these random ass people, washed up celebrities, they all in this movie. So apparently she and canoodles with this fiance and they're in some bad shit. I don't know if they like CIA agents. I don't know. It's stupid. She leaves and goes to this safe house somewhere and she's like, "I give up." And she opens up every blind in the fucking house. She turns on the radio and she gets in the shower. Well, she lets the shower run and she looks in the mirror for 20 minutes. Like, this is the scene. And I was so confused. Like, bitch, are you gonna get in the shower and bathe or what? So the 6 groomsmen are after her because she can't run away from this marriage. She's supposed to marry this man. They all show up and they all want to be like the best man, but the best man is already the best man. So he tries to show up and try to kill her. So basically they all have to try to kill her. So basically it's this bitch versus 6 men and it's like a survival horror. It sounds better the way I'm saying it, but it's not. So bitch, as they go in, she be fighting them, she be punching, but I don't know why I wasn't connecting to this butch bitch. She was no Buffy. But anyways, as it went went on, there was a few cool kills. She kicked the midget, and that's how he died, I guess. He fell into some boxes. And then she stabbed one dude in the balls, and then she like kneecapped one other guy, and she stabbed a guy in the eyeball. This movie's stupid. It's just so long, too. Every scene is just drawn out. And the acting is very Disney Channel. Like, I'm so confused. Even Tubi didn't want this shit. I don't think I'm even gonna add this to the collection. I'm gonna forget about it because I forgot I watched it. I made notes. I didn't even reference them because it was just too stupid. The highlight was OJ for me. All right, guys, it's time for Terrell's Tubi time. All right, guys, so the latest Tubi movie that dropped this past weekend is from Chris Stokes, the creator of all the Stepmother movies, so I was all in. So this one's called Vicious Affair, and it stars Robert Richard. If y'all remember him, he was in Cousin Skeeter. He was in One-on-One as Arnez, and he also was in House of Wax as the one getting his dick sucked by Paris Hilton. He's in this new movie. He's making his comeback to acting, and he's in this beautiful relationship with this woman. I believe her name was Sky, and they have a great relationship. Only thing is that she can't have a baby for some reason, but we'll get to that later. She's best friends with this other girl named Camille. And Camille is kind of cool because Camille is really the real life sister to Megan Good. Maya Good, I think is her name. Megan Good was the co-star in Cousin Skeeter with him, so it's kind of cool, Dave. Anyway, so Camille is the best friend, and her and her girls were all hanging out, and I guess Camille got into a breakup because her man, Lance, what does Lance stand for? Lion ass. He a Lance, y'all. Lion ass and cheating every day. So yeah, she was dating a Lance and he was cheating. She found out and she dropped his ass. She was like, no, I don't need no Lance in my life. He with the new girl. So she's telling her girls like, oh, hey, you know, my man cheating. So the other girl has just this perfect relationship. So I wish my man was like yours. Stay tuned because Camille, she ain't as it seems. So Robert Richard and Sky, they take her in to stay with them because she can't stay with no cheating ass Lance. She moved in with them and everything seems cool, kikiing. She's hanging out with the girls, drinking her wine. But one night, the wife be having issues. All throughout the movie, she playing with her back. I guess she ends up having stones in her sides or some shit. Not gallstones, some kind of kidney stones or some shit. So she has to go to the hospital for surgery. So she's like, I don't want to stay here all night. I want to go home. Because she's probably scared her man was going to cheat. She goes home and she starts pouring her wine. She wears this seductive lingerie. So when Arnez come home, Mr. Robert Richard, he come home and she's just there. He's like, why the hell is this bitch not got no clothes on? So he's straight up saying, oh, I'm gonna go home to my room, I'm going to work. Because he's trying to get sure he'll be lying because still looking at her for a second. He's like, oh, I can't get caught up. But she's a sneaky bitch. She's like, well, I made dinner. So they had some dinner, they had wine, and she tried to seduce him. But he cut the bitch off and he went to bed. So he went to sleep after a couple wine drinks. Tell me why this bitch gonna go into his room and crawl up in his bed and ride his dick. I couldn't believe it, this cheating ass cochina bitch. How you gonna do that to your best friend? Then they wake up and then he's like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. He claimed he forgot. Now, I don't know how he forgets a nut, but he forgot a nut. The girl's laying there like, oh, you gonna be with me. We're gonna be together. We're gonna have to tell Sky. He's like, nah, you gotta get out of my house. So he tries to kick her out, but then the wife, when she come home, she's like, oh, you can't kick out my best friend. There was this one scene that was so f***ed up. Like when Sky was home, she be blackmailing him because she's like, oh, I can't cheat on my wife. So basically he's taking a shower. Miss Camille come in and she drops her robe because she butt ass naked. She's like, you better f me or I'm gonna scream. And I was like, oh my God, his wife in the other room. He ain't about to f this bitch in the shower. He do. And then I couldn't believe it. So as the movie goes on, it's just her trying to sleep with this man under this girl's nose. The best friend tried to warn her. The other best friend, Black China's in it. She shaved all her hair off. She looked weird. When Sky found out that her man was cheating, she kicked them both out the house, girl. But then she found out her best friend ain't her best friend as she thought because that bitch is crazy. She's seen more to it. They got a restraining order. The bitch kept showing up. So as the movie goes on, they have two bitch fights. They fight in the kitchen and Miss Sky ends up knocking out Camille. And I wanted her to kill her, but she didn't do it because Robert Richard came in and stopped her. So when she goes to the hospital, she escapes to go kill them. Movie crazy. She escapes like 2 or 3 times. I think she got stepmom issues because if y'all watch stepmother movies, you never could kill her. She always come back. So as the movie progresses, you get a lot of that. You get more cat fights. There's some bitches rolling around the bed, punching each other, ripping hair, wigs flying. But a lot of cheating. It's the same shit, different movie, right? So Chris Stokes, I think he has an aesthetic. He's good at these type of movies, and then the movie ends with obviously gonna be a sequel. So I'm staying tuned for Vicious Affair Part 2. I don't know if I'll be as excited as Stepmom because Miss Camille was kind of annoying. I just thought it was crazy, but shout out to Robert Richard. I'm glad you're getting your roles because you still look good. I feel like you ain't aged since those other movies. Let me know if y'all need other Tubi recommendations because I've been watching a lot of the same type of shit lately, I feel like. Let me know if y'all have any more recommendations and I'll try to watch them. All right, y'all, let's get into the rest of these Blu-rays I got this week. So this Blu-ray I got as a pure impulse. I mean, little kid of me, it's like a Saturday morning movie for me. And it's called Ruby Gillman's Teenage Kraken. So this is like a backwards Little Mermaid, y'all, because it's the little Kraken girl. I don't know what a Kraken is.
Release the Kraken.
But is it a dragon? I don't know. They're good guys and mermaids are villains. That's crazy, right? I like mermaids. See this little redheaded bitch? She a mermaid, but she evil. But she don't look evil here. But all these blue krakens, they good guys. So I don't know. So she a teenage kraken and she has to like train to kill mermaids. Ain't that crazy? I never heard of this. It's from the makers of Shrek, so I was all in, bitch. So if y'all seen this, let me know. It's a Blu-ray. Probably the last Blu-ray I'll probably get it from a Target. The next movie I picked up this week is called Symphony. Girl, I can't talk. Sympathy for the Devil. Nicolas Cage been doing it. He on Dead by Daylight. He in every movie, every other week in different movies. He great. I loved him in Renfield. Yeah, he in the Sympathy for a Devil. I don't know what this is about. I just know, I guess he has this driver at gunpoint and then this cat and mouse race chase, thrilling adventure, something about revenge. I don't know, but I like that it has a slipcover. It's from RLJE Films. Has a few bonus features here, not very much. Has interviews with Nick Cage. That's cool. You can hear him grunt and stuff and make his little loud noises. Have y'all seen this? Let me know what y'all thought. Next up is one of the most lackluster sequels in my opinion, and it is Insidious: The Red Door. I don't know what I expected. I loved the first two and I was scared. This one I wanted more of that because the family returned. So it all ends where it began is a tagline. My girl Lynn Shay here on the cover. She's only in it for 2 seconds. Spoiler alert. Apparently this movie made the most money out of all the Insidious movies, so part 6 is probably coming. I don't know. I just don't feel like it had a lot of jump scares for me or anything that was scary. Like it opened up, there's a lot of talking, and as it went on, I don't know. It wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed it, but as a sequel in this franchise, I liked it better than 4 because 4 was my least favorite. I'm always here for new horror films. I love franchises. I don't know. This one just didn't do it for me as much, but if you guys like it, it has the bonus features for this is past, present, and the further, and a possessed director featurette. There wasn't a 4K release for this. A lot of movies come out on Blu-ray only, and then 2 months later there's a 4K release. None of these were released on 4K, but the first one, as of recent, so it'd be kind of cool to have a box set with all 5. The Insidious franchise is getting a spin-off with Mandy Moore, which I'm excited about. I kind of like Mandy Moore. I used to watch, listen to her back in the day and watch some of her shows and shit. Moving on, so one release that I was super excited about, it's a re-release and it's celebrating its 25th anniversary, and it's not I Know, but I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Look at this, in 4K Ultra HD. So you get Brandy, Mekhi Phifer, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Jennifer Love Huge Tits in 4K for the sequel. This is the original cover on the inside. Isn't that iconic? I love this movie, and when I got this in the mail today, my heart jumped. Because I don't know, I just love these movies. I can rewatch these all the time. I don't think there's any new bonus features. There's commentary, but it's the 25th anniversary, and I heard the 4K transfer is pretty good, so all right. Also that released today, not in 4K, but Scream Factory did put out I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer on Blu-ray. I own that twice already. I know a lot of people don't like that sequel, but I want that for the collection because I have the 88 Films box set. It's region locked. So I was gonna buy it, but that's just like $25 or $27.99. I was like, that's too much money for that horrible sequel. We're already on it twice. So I'm gonna let that sit there. So it's in the cart. So whenever that price drops a little bit, you'll see that on Blu-ray Tuesday. There, and if it got a slip, y'all can have that for $28. So the last movie I got this week, but bitch, I can't wait to watch, is Slaughterhouse. This movie hit theaters like yesterday for 1 or 2 days, and then now it's on Blu-ray. I didn't know it was on Blu-ray, so I was searching, and Amazon was like, here's something you may like. And I was like, you right, Amazon. And I ordered it like that, bitch. So Slaughterhouse, this is about like a sorority movie, and there's a killer sloth. You can't get better than that, girl. I'm really happy for this. Don't rush, die slow. It says it's a college student who uses a sloth to gain popularity, only to discover this lackluster furball is a vicious killing machine. This sounds so good, and I really want to watch this. Have you guys seen this yet? If you have, let me know what y'all thought, but don't spoil it, bitch. Don't be like me. Looks good. Can't wait. So Slaughterhouse. That's this week's Blu-ray Tuesday. This is episode 99, y'all. Stay tuned, girl. We're gonna have some fun next week. Next week's kicks off our SpoOooky Bluray Tuesday, and I'm excited for these next couple weeks because it's gonna be fun. This will be episode 100, so y'all wanna come celebrate with me. Get in the chat. Y'all better be here. I'm gonna be keeping notes. Stay tuned for that. Listen to Overlook Hour every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Horror Boner. Stay tuned for that. More episodes of that are coming soon. We're gonna see you guys next week. Bye. $99. Problems, but a bitch ain't one. Yes, we should make that the theme song.